Good. How's everyone doing today? That was kind of apagado. That was a little bit low energy. How's everyone doing today on a beautiful Wednesday morning? There you go. There you go. Awesome. I can tell who already had their coffee this morning and who needs to go get some coffee right away. But good morning, everyone. We're going to start our program today for 1 million cups. My name is Astrid Rosales. A little bit different from Daniel. Daniel is usually our host for 1MC with UTRGV ECC, but he's currently in Kansas City, and I'll talk a little bit more about what the UTRGV ECC team is doing out there in Kansas. But for today, you'll have to deal with me a little bit for 1 million cups, but we're really excited to be here and welcome you to the eBridge Center. Once again, my name is Astrid Rosales. I'm with the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, so we're right upstairs of the eBridge Center. We'll actually talk a little bit more about the programs that we have at the end of today's program. But if you do have any specific questions, can I have BCIC team raise your hand really quick? There's three of us here today. You can go ahead and ask us any questions. And then Memphis back there is our intern with BCIC. So thank you, Memphis. It's his last week in his summer internship, and we're going to miss him very, very much. But before I start the program, I want to go ahead and give your loudest round of applause for today's coffee sponsor, which is Lift Up My Hands, right over there. Thank you so much for the coffee this morning. If you haven't had some, please do before you go, because we do have a goal of coffees that we want to give out for the year, which I'll talk about a little bit more. But yeah, so every Wednesday we have 1 million cups. We encourage you to sign up by scanning this QR code right over here. Is it anybody's first time in 1 million cups, or you're not really sure what it is? First time, first time. Anyone else? First time, awesome. Can I pick on one of you first timers really quickly? Yes, he was open to chatting. Alrighty, so right off the bat, what do you think 1 million cups is? Just by the name of it. Hydrates, I love it. Yes, you're my kind of people. Hydrates. What about you, ma'am? 1 million cups. So hydrates 1 million people, maybe, right? But really cool. So we like to call it the Church for Entrepreneurs. It happens every Wednesday at 9 a.m. You know for sure. We've only canceled one time, I think, last year, and it's because it landed on Christmas Day, and so that was like, okay, go to actual church, right, if you do. But we've only canceled once. But we definitely encourage you to sign up through this QR code. This is 1 million cups Brownsville. It is a national program in which UTRGV ECC holds the license, for lack of a better word, here in Brownsville. So really neat about that is that there's only 1 million cups per community. So we're the only one here in Brownsville. There is one in Alton, and I believe one in McAllen. So if you're ever in those areas, every Wednesday there's a 1 million cups happening there. So we encourage you to go visit, go support those entrepreneurs as well. I may have gotten a little bit ahead of myself, but what is 1 million cups? Who has been coming to 1 million cups, let's say, 4 times in a row? You don't count, Anthony. You guys don't count. You guys don't count. Okay, perfect. What would you describe 1 million cups as? Meaningful connections. I love that. That's really the heart of 1MC. Meaningful connections. Anyone else I would like to add to that for the new people so they can get a little bit more context? Ed, I see you wanting to. Mhm. I like that. Take action. And that's very important because we always like to say, and I know Danielle is really adamant about this, if you're looking for support in marketing or in how to handle your finances, you will most likely find somebody in 1MC room that has those expertise, those connections, and can help you take action. So it's not just about networking. Networking is extremely important, but it's really that moral support, but really that technical support too that you can find in the room. So we always say this every time. We encourage you to look around, find somebody that you've never met before, introduce yourself, and start making those connections and take action to grow not just your business, but also yourself on a personal level. But that's really what 1MC is. It's that engagement. What we do is connect people. We bring people that are like-minded into a room like this, in this case, the eBridge Center, so that you can learn about resources, connect with other people, and of course, further grow your business. So in essence, we have two presenters, every 1MC. Typically, it's around 7 to 10 minutes that the presenters talk about it, and it's important to note that it's not a pitch. It's not a business pitch. We want to hear the challenges, the stories. How did those people get to where they were? What lessons did they learn along the way? What resources did they use? And then, of course, business information, where we can find them so that we can better support them after. But it's really a storytelling platform for us. There will be a Q&A session after, maybe 2 to 3 questions per presenter. So start getting those questions ready for our presenters today. And then we always like to ask how the community can help. I think I kind of got ahead of myself here, but we encourage those authentic connections. So please, please look around, find someone that you don't know, and connect with them. So remember how we talked about hopefully hydrating, 1 million people. So we actually had a goal, and Daniel says it every time, of 7,000 cups being served. We're currently at 5,078 cups. So we still have a little bit to go, but we can still do it. And I was telling him actually the day before yesterday, I was like, we could do it. By the end of the year, we could do it. He's like, I don't know. And I was like, yes, we can. If every one of you invites somebody for next Wednesday, and then they invite somebody else, then we can get to this goal. So I'm gonna leave that as homework for you all. And next time I see you, I'm gonna ask you who you invited, and you will be held accountable. But please take pictures, share. That also helps us spread the word on 1 million cups. And then, of course, please silence your phones. We're gonna go ahead and present our very first speaker coming up, and let's be respectful. But without further ado, I'll stop talking for now, and I wanna go ahead and present Ilasis. Did I say that correctly? Muniz. So she's an amazing photographer, and I was chatting with her. She was already giving me tips. So please give me, or help me give a round of applause to Ilasis. Woo!
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Buenos dias. My name is Iliasis Muniz, and I'm a professional photographer out of South Padre Island. So I've been photographing families, children, maternity, newborn, branding for the last 15 years. And so the reason why I fell in love with photography has been because of my abuelita. She used to take photos, and she would hide them underneath her bed. And so every time I would go back home, which is in Puerto Rico, I would go sneak under her bed and I would look at the photos, and it would bring back memories. And so for me personally, looking at photographs, it freezes a moment. And for me, that's very special. And so family legacies, milestones, businesses, it helps build confidence. And then, of course, it's stories people will always remember forever. So again, what I offer is family children photography, branding photography. I recently started doing magazine and tourism work for South Padre Island and all over the local valley. And I recently started offering education and workshops. So I'm going to kind of read off of this a little bit. Behind every session, one thing I love sharing is that photography is much more than clicking a button. Every session represents hours of work before and after the client arrives. And small businesses wear many hats, and that's something I've learned over the last 15 years. Now, why South Padre Island? South Padre Island, I moved to Port Isabel when I was 15, straight from Puerto Rico. And so it's a small town, just like Brownsville. Actually, Brownsville's a little bit bigger, but it still feels small because of the fact that you feel safe in knowing that you know a business because of their family or because of seeing them here locally. And so it makes you feel safe. But South Padre Island, what I love the most about it is that every time I go to the beach and I take photos of my clients, I get to Beach County 4. If you're familiar with the island, you know that that's past the shores, and that's at the end of the island. And every time I go to the water with my clients, there's at least 4 other photographers. And it's really great when you stay connected with your community because of the simple fact that those 4 photographers, I'll wave at them and I'm like, oh my God, how have you been? What's new? Who are you photographing? And so it's really, really nice to stay engaged with your community because I've seen photographers from Brownsville, I've seen photographers from Harlingen. That one time that I had the 4 photographers at the same beach, it was me from the island, one from Brownsville, one from McAllen, one from Harlingen. And it was really exciting because, again, knowing that mindset of being able to, I went a little far, being able to know that South Padre Island brings everybody together no matter where you're from, right? And so, yes, it's a tourist location, but for us here in the Valley, it is so important to us because we can all still come together on the beach and continue supporting each other all around the Valley. So, my education and workshops, I have this new thing. It's called Golden Hour Photo Walk. It's been really exciting. I have been offering small classes. They're about 2 hours on the beach, go at sunset, of course. And it's an experience where beginners and hobbyists learn to confidently shoot in manual mode while we explore the island during sunset. It's kind of become one of my most rewarding parts of my business because, again, I allow myself to open up to other businesses and other photographers to be able to teach them what I know and what I have learned over the last 15 years. And the Golden Hour Photo Walk, it's more than just the camera settings. I really enjoy helping build confidence in other local businesses. You create new friendships. It creates a lot of courage, problem-solving skills. You get a deeper appreciation for light, and of course, the confidence to finally use manual mode on your camera. Again, growing more than just photographers, this little small community that I've been building for the Golden Hour Photo Walk on South Padre Island, it has been really nice to hear the stories from the girls and the members. There's boys in it as well. I've had this one couple that came and the girlfriend was like, I'm inviting my boyfriend because I want him to learn how to take better photos of me. And so I thought that was really cute because I was like, oh, so this isn't really about a business. This is about relationship building with your partner. I was like, I am so down. Like, bring him. Like, yes, let's do it. And so he learned through his phone, and which iPhones are so technical in itself. Some people look at the features like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And it's really nice because sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I didn't know either, but we're learning together. And so it's one of my favorite things about so far experiencing and sharing my knowledge with the Golden Hour Photo Walk. So what's next? I want to continue growing in partnerships, continue supporting local businesses, and of course, more community workshops. My next idea is jumping out of South Padre Island and possibly moving more towards Brownsville, like Resaca de la Palma, since it's open to the public, and exploring more of a different scenery for my clients to learn different lighting settings. Of course, also brand photography and helping South Texas become known for creativity. And it's a little bit of my work there. So this is a session I did on South Padre Island at the beach, which is one of my favorites, and a branding session that I did for Jennifer at Wild August in Harlingen, and then a recent magazine cover feature that I had the amazing opportunity to photograph for Miss Robin, owner of Calypso. And then, of course, one of my favorite engagement sessions, it was a surprise proposal. So sweet. The fiance is from Dallas, had no idea of what to find in the Valley for businesses. And I said, okay, I have 2 people. They're out of Brownsville. And one was MC Blooms. I helped him get the floral arrangement so he could have to propose to her. And she wanted a mariachi band. And so they're a local mariachi band from Brownsville. And so, again, bringing in community through photography and just sharing the word is something I really enjoy doing. And so, yeah, that's me.
What are your sessions starting? Is it like they can have to?
In time wise, So my collections start in 30 minutes, 1 hour, or 2 hours. Events start at 4 hours, 6 and 8 hours. Yeah. Normally it takes, though, 2 hours in total for a 30-minute session, because depending on driving there, doing the session, and then driving back, and then of course all the mental prep, mentally it's at least an hour and a half to 2 hours just for a 30-minute session.
But are you from the island itself?
I live in Los Fresnos, so I do the drive, but I travel all over. Ooh, my biggest challenge so far is patience with clients and them wanting fast return on their photos. Being a single individual business owner, I don't have people to just do my work for me. Of course, being very specific to the coloring and editing styles and communication. The challenge so far right now that I'm still working on is, so far, very, very good communication and understanding. I try to give that to my clients, so that way, hopefully they give it back to me, which most of the time they do.
Where can we find you on socials?
Oh.
Where can we find your packages?
I don't know if it didn't post on here. I don't think it did. Well, you can find me at iliasismunizphotography.com. That is where I have my business page. I wonder if it'll show in the beginning. Oh, there it is. Okay, you can just type in Iliasis Muniz. If you just type that word in, my name in, and photography, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on the web, I'm everywhere.
We actually have a question for you online. ¿Cuál ha sido su mayor retos siendo fotógrafa? What has been your biggest challenge overall, I guess, within your process?
I would have to say watching my clients grow. Again, since I've been doing it for 15 years, I've had clients who I watched get engaged. I photographed their wedding. I photographed their first newborn, their second newborn, their third newborn. Their kids now are about to head to high school. And so it's been challenging to see that, because you're like, oh my God, they're so big. But then you're like, oh my God, they're so big. Like, that's amazing, but it's so wild to think. And so for me, emotionally challenging is to be able to witness that. And, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But at the same time, it is still a little challenging, because it makes me happy and sad at the same time. Yeah.
What camera do you use?
Ooh. My favorite has been the Canon R mirrorless. That one's really great, although it has given up on me. I used it for the last 6 years straight. It finally said, no, I don't want to use you. And so I went back to my Canon 6D. And that one's an old school one, but it is a reliable one.
Have you ever had problems with the heat?
More sand than heat. My car and my camera bag is filled with sand. So, but I mean, of course, with heat wise, just don't leave your camera in the car, right? And it's first knowledge. And then second of all, always make sure you maintain and clean the equipment.
Yeah. And then one last question. What can we do as a community to support you and your business venture?
I would say just continue to spread the word, especially for my golden hour photo walk. Whoever is interested in wanting to join and learn manual mode and just learn the basics of photography, either if it's on your cell phone or on your actual camera that you've had stored for years. I offer a very affordable class, and if you know anybody that's interested, tell them to come my way. I'd be honored. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you so much. I want to now be a photographer, but I was just commenting, my phone camera is broken and it makes like a squeak noise every time I try to take pictures. And I was like, maybe I'm not meant for this life, but thank you so much. All right. So for our next presenter, I'm a big fan, I have to admit. They're very close by to the eBridge Center, so if you didn't bring lunch or you're trying to crave something new, then Space Dog is definitely the place to go. I am honored to present Space Dog here today with Miss Rebecca Rodriguez. If you could join us, and please give her a really, really loud round of applause.
Oh, I need that one. I was gonna read this.
You want me to click for you?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna. Okay. Okay, so I kind of went old school here. Kind of wrote down what I was gonna talk today. So I'd first like to thank A Million Cups for inviting us to come together as small business owners and entrepreneurs such as ours to connect in such a great way by permitting us to present our business backstory and startups. I'm a little nervous if you can tell. Okay, I'd like to thank eBridge for having us and all the people who have made a program like this possible. My name is Rebecca Rodriguez. I was a single mother of 5 amazing kids, 2 biological and 3 custodial. I've worked all my life since the age of 16. You can say working has been an addiction for me. I've always loved to work and I've always had that hustle and grind type of mindset. Imagine being a single parent of 5 teenagers. I don't know about y'all, but if that doesn't push you to hustle hard, that means you're probably a millionaire and you're pretty much set and don't have to worry about making moves. Yes, moves, which that's exactly what I did back in 2021. When we first established our business, I remember that day as if it was yesterday. We were downtown doing our ministry when I ran across the building, which is now our brick and mortar building, located right next door at 605 East 14th Street here in Brownsville. The business definitely needed a lot of work, but I knew I could give it the TLC it needed. To be honest with you, at the moment, I really didn't even know what I was going to sell out of there. But as the business was being restored, I kept brainstorming until I decided hot dogs was the key. I knew definitely I didn't want to open another taco place in the city of Brownsville with such a big competition, um, which is crazy. I mean, because who doesn't love hot dogs? We all did as kids and as we grew up as well. So hot dogs it was. Then came the brainstorming for all the toppings we were going to put on these hot dogs. Using our family as testers and ourselves as well, what a sacrifice, right? Then comes our logo. That was complicated, but I knew I had to integrate a space-themed logo that would not only integrate into the city due to SpaceX, but also to attract tourists and people from different cities that I knew were going to be coming into our city. So we thought outside of the bun and came up with the idea of creating a logo of a hot dog rocket. I am proud to say that I love my business logo, and I think it's cool and very unique. Space Dog Station specializes in 100% beef Polish bacon wrapped hot dogs that we grill to a perfection and top with over 15 toppings. We believe in having the best ingredients and fresh vegetables. We don't only sell hot dogs, we also sell some of the best burgers you will taste. And our burgers and hot dogs come with fries, tater tots, or waffle fries. We also sell shakes and snacks and plenty of more. After 2 years of having our brick and mortar business, we decided to expand a little bit slowly because our business itself, it is self-funded. We had limits that has given us the ability to be debt-free, thank God. We expanded by investing in our pop-up tent setup, which helped us cater to other little cities nearby. Then in 2025, the Lord blessed us with a food truck that we are able to move freely and expand our business further from Brownsville into other cities in Texas. We've been to Houston, Texas. That was a great outcome there. Before I end my speech today, I want to thank God first of all. In Isaiah 55:9, it states, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts," meaning that God always has better plans for us. As I think back to everything, I realize that God was in it since the beginning. His plans for us will always be greater than what we think we can accomplish. Last but not least, I'd like to thank all my kids, my family, and the employees for all they've done. Space Dock Station will continue to go above and beyond, so stick with us as we continue to grow and serve more cities in Texas. And who knows, maybe one day other states. The sky is the limit. So I am a high school dropout, 9th grade. Do I have any business experience? None at all. What have I learned in my experience working with Space Dock Station is that you shouldn't let anything hold you back. It doesn't matter where you come from, your background, if you finished school, if you didn't finish school. Not all of us might have had that privilege, but More than anything, put your trust and faith in God, and His plans will always be bigger than any of our plans we might think, you know. Um, so let me show you a little bit on the clip. Do you have it? Okay, I guess I can push it. A little bit of the story. So let me see. Space Dock Station we established in 2021. This is the owner, myself. My daughter-in-law helped me do this. So this is the building when we first got it. If you can see, it used to be Rafa's Burgers. I believe it's like a memorial building because it's been here since the 60s. And it was like totally like, but I ran across that building when we were doing our ministry. We used to feed the homeless here in Brownsville. And I said, you know what? I could use that building. I can do something with it, just the way God thinks of us. He looks at us and he says, I can do something with you, no matter how bad you have had an experience in life or what you've done. So that's kind of what I did with the building. And everything else, I have to say, and I have to admit that it was God just working with me, telling me what to do. You know what I mean? So this is where we ended up expanding a little bit and branding our dream by investing into a pop-up tent where we started working with, like, we did some services for the Army. We also did some for PUB, for private schools, stuff like that. What makes us different, as I said, our hot dogs are 100%, beef Polish dogs. We do a lot of toppings. We try to put our best into everything that comes out of our business. And if it doesn't, call me. Our growth journey, God bless us with a food truck. This is some of our employees that have been with us. It is a family-owned business, and it's ran by a family, so you must know how complicated that may be. A big shout out to my kids, and above all, I want to give a great thanks to God who has made everything possible. These are my kids. These are my 2 biological kids, and the total of all of them, they're all girls, 1 boy. But yes, I love them very much. What's next? What's next? We have plans for future expansion and continued community involvement. We have been out to SpaceX, and we've done different, private parties, caterings, and stuff like that. We follow through by a lot what I say is in this with Space Dock Station quote. Be the change you want to see in this world, always. The sky's the limit, and we're just getting started. We've been in business about 5 years. I still work aside of having my business, aside of having the food truck. I work a full-time job. Because like I said, we are self-funded, so anything that I put into my business, I have to pay for it. But it's been great for us, and like it says, the sky's the limit, and I'm, looking forward to where God's taking us. And that's about it. Thank you very much for being here. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. This is my first speech ever.
Well, first of all, every time that I walk into this building right here, it catches my attention.
Mhm.
I appreciate the artwork around it and the creativity behind it. And I've never tried it.
No way. Oh my God. Go by today, get a free one, please. Yes, it was done. So I had to integrate something. Like I said, I was going by, SpaceX being here. I mean, I was born and raised in Houston, so we have NASA out there. When I found out they were going to bring it out here, I was like, man, that's so cool. I know I have to integrate that into my business because there's going to be so many people that are going to come from other cities and stuff that are going to come here, and I want it to just to be a cool place where people are going to want to stop, which we've had.
So the question that I had, sorry,
Uh-huh.
is how do you choose like the quality of the dogs?
The quality of the dogs? Well, I don't know about you, but I know when we were younger, we had just a regular bun that, most of the time you would get it and it would break, right? And then they'd put like a little thin wiener, so you were eating more bread than wiener. So I was like, I'm not gonna have that. So we had to test different type of buns and then the wieners as well till we came to the perfect one. Because like I said, it's like a sausage Polish dog, so it's pretty big and it fills the bun, so it's perfect. So we did a lot of testing on it to make sure we got the right bun to fit the wiener that we were gonna have.
Gotcha. And are you selective with the type of meat that is in it, or it's just it tastes good?
No, I am selective. I wanted it to be 100% beef, which they are. And they're all bacon wrapped unless otherwise requested by the person that they don't want bacon. Yeah, they're pretty good. You gotta go try them.
Congratulations on the community business 5 years, but of course it takes a community to get that business going. And of course, you mentioned earlier that your whole family works here. How difficult is it having a small business?
How difficult is it to have a small business or to have your family working in the business? Well, I was talking to somebody and I said the most difficult, not to be rude, thing of having a business, sad to say, is the employee sometimes, because that's the hardest part, that you have to deal with the schedule. You have to deal with so many characters and, so many things, how difficult was it to get to be an owner of a small business? Like I said, I don't have a high school diploma. I don't have a GED. I'm a high school dropout. My mother had 7 children, which I helped take care of. And all my life, I've been taking care of people, right? But I knew that I had to invest in something. So when they were handing out all those, what were those, COVID checks? I have 5 kids, so you can only imagine how many. I said, I'm going to use it, but I'm not giving it back the way the government wants us to give it back. I am going to use it to invest it into something, which is when I opened the business. And that's exactly what I did. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I mean, there was nights when I used to cry. When I signed my contract, I was like, what did I do? All the money that I had in my savings is gone. And it was just like, it was crazy. There's times I was just praying in my business and God, God, just hanging on to faith, like a lot of times I say, I feel like I'm hanging on by a thread, but that thread is from the garment of God, and I know He's never going to fail me. So I just keep giving it. Just all I ask for is just for strength and health, and I know that everything else I can go out there and accomplish and get. So.
And in the downtown area, since you got Mexico next door,
Mhm.
you got a pretty good traffic.
We do get traffic from people who come across. We get a lot of people from everywhere. Of course, it's an obstacle, the fact that we don't have a parking. That parking that's behind us, it's actually for the church, so that's a little complicating, but nothing that DoorDash or Uber Eats can't handle. So that's helped us make it through. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? What's your most favorite part about Space Dog?
I think my favorite part of owning Space Dog is the impact that it has made in the community and people who love Space Dog. I love the fact when people come and say, can we have one of your stickers? I like to put it in my toolbox. So, even though there's sometimes that, a lot of businesses, I know, I'm sure they're having hard times. There's times that you probably think, maybe this is it, right? But then you get these pictures. I got a picture the other day of some bicyclists who took a picture next to our mural. And those the kind of things keep you like going and say, I've made an impact. I've left a footprint here in Brownsville, and I think we're here to stay. And yeah, so that's the most of it. Space Dog itself in general. We open at 12 o'clock, 12 to 10 every day. Yes, and then we'll be closed Sundays. But Monday through Saturday, we're open from 12 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. Yes, ma'am. And we also do caterings. We have our food truck, our mobile food truck. We do parties. We do company parties. We do it all. So you guys can look us up. We have our social media, Facebook. We have Snapchat, Instagram. We also have X. We have quite a few followers on Facebook, about 20,000, I believe. So yeah, just follow us on Facebook, guys.
And one last question.
Uh-huh.
What can we do as a community to support you and Space Dog?
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your brothers, your sisters to come and visit us.
And go yourself.
Yes, and you yourself, if you haven't had Space Dog, you got to go and try it out. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much, guys, for having us. I appreciate it. I was so nervous.
Thank you so much. No, you did wonderful. Another round of applause for our speakers today. They both did such a wonderful job. Congratulations. Just a quick fun fact. The first time I tried Space Dog, it was at a pop-up and I had just moved to Brownsville and I was like, this is so cool. And I tried it and I fell in love. And then I found your location super close by to work. So I was the happiest. I'm always taking people and like, go check it out, go check it out. So definitely, if you haven't tried it, go today. You're gonna be really busy today. Hopefully, with everybody in this room is gonna get some space dog. But on the terms of round of applause, we want to once again thank our coffee sponsor today. Lift up my hands. Another really big round of applause. She's right over there next to Ms. Rodriguez. Thank you so much. She has been supporting 1MC, and so we really appreciate it. If you have a chance after the program is over, go talk to her and learn about her nonprofit organization. She's doing great work in our community. Talking about great work in our community, I know somebody asked, where's Daniel? Where's the rest of the ECC team? And so we're super proud to announce that the team at ECC is currently in Kansas City, as I mentioned. They are at the 1MC Summit for the year, and they actually have been the most awarded community in the summit. So a big round of applause, please. I'm going to read out the awards that UTRGV ECC team got, and then that way when you see them, please congratulate them. They work so hard, and they really deserve the recognition. These are some pictures of them at the summit, but the Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center was recognized with 3 awards. The first award being the Ecosystem Builder Award for successfully hosting both the 1 Million Cups, which we're in today, and you're a part of, by the way, and Kaufman Fast Track programs. The High Impact Affiliate Award for graduating the highest number of cohorts, and the Sustained Excellence Award for demonstrating excellence over the greatest number of years. In addition, Julio Quiroga, which I know a lot of you know, was honored with the Facilitator of the Year award, while Daniel from 1MC received the 2026 1 Million Cups Spirit Award. So big round of applause so they can hear us on the live. And I just want to note that you all, as being part of our ecosystem, are part of these awards. We really couldn't do it without your participation, you coming into 1MC, you spreading the words about Kaufman programs, or about Julio's facilitation if you participated in Kaufman. So you all are a part of these awards, and thank you so much for supporting our ecosystem here in eBridge. But if you see any of these faces around eBridge or out in the community, please stop them, congratulate them. They work really, really hard for you all every day, every week, and every cohort. So another round of applause for them, please. And talking about cohorts and educational opportunities, we do have our digital marketing playbook application still open. So through the Kaufman program, if you all aren't familiar, it is a program that is facilitated by UTRGV ECC, sponsored by BCIC, making it free to the participants to join. It does go over the foundational and basics of how to start your business or how to continue to grow your business. We've had maybe 10 cohorts this year, if I'm not mistaken, of the eBridge Business Academy. And as they graduate, we like to take feedback of what else do our businesses need besides what's presented through the Kaufman program. And one of the biggest things was we need help with digital marketing, or how do I market my business or promote my business? Hence why we now have the digital marketing playbook opportunity. This is the first cohort that we have of this type. Again, it's facilitated by UTRGV ECC in collaboration with Cobalt Digital Marketing and sponsored by BCIC so that it's free for you to take advantage of. So please scan the QR code. Application deadline is August 2nd, and we will be having programs throughout the year regarding digital promotion. Everybody scanned it, took a picture? Yes? Okay, gotcha. Okay, I just talked about that. But this is the eBridge Business Academy that I just spoke about, or Kaufman Fast Track program. But since it's here in eBridge, of course, we like to promote it this way. We have it throughout the year. It is a 7-course program. So typically, we'll do it once a week or twice a week for 3 hours, and it goes over the fundamentals of a business. We have businesses that participate that are in the ideation stage, so they want to start a business, but they don't know how. But we also have had businesses that have been in business for over 10 years and just want to pivot, grow, or continue to see how they can educate themselves as entrepreneurs to continue to grow. And it's a perfect opportunity, one, to grow on a professional level, on a personal level, but meet like-minded people that are in that growth trajectory that can support you as well. So please scan the QR code. We'll have the dates that are available for the coffin program. No, it is free of cost. Thank you for asking. So BCIC sponsors this program so that it could be free to the participants. So we want to make sure that you all have these educational opportunities readily available. So please, please, please scan the QR code or share it with someone that you may think can take advantage of this. If we have cohorts in English and in Spanish happening the same day. So if language is a barrier, we have those two opportunities available. If we do fill out on a cohort, we always start a wait list for the following cohort. So there's recurring opportunities for our business people. We take typically 15 per cohort, 15 in English, 15 in Spanish, but then we'll have them throughout the year. So I think next year we have planned 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we hope to see you there. Perfect. I love it. Awesome. And then, of course, please scan our community code for 1MC. You can get updates, check in. This will let us know that you were here today. So we definitely encourage you. That way we can start adding up those coffee cups that we had in the beginning. With today, we'll increase those numbers. So we definitely encourage you to scan the QR code so that you can check in with us and we can start increasing and hopefully get to 7,000 cups of coffee by the end of the year, which Daniel thinks I'm crazy, but I think we could definitely do it. Everybody scanned? Yes, awesome. And I promise this is the last QR code that we have available. I know it's a lot, but we want to keep you connected and continue to engage with you. So this is our community channel for updates, things of that nature. If you want to get more involved with the eBridge community, but also programming that UTRGV ECC offers, then this will be the channel that will provide updates. Now, don't worry, it's a closed channel, so you won't be getting random things of people selling tamales, as Daniel always referenced to. Like, we're not going to be like, hey, these are just updates on upcoming training sessions, things going on in eBridge, or things going on with UTRGV ECC. So if you want to stay in the loop, then you can go ahead and scan that QR code again. And if there's another QR code, I swear I'm just going to close everything. Oh no, there we go. We're done. But up next, I know I briefly mentioned to you all, I'm with BCIC, the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation. We are a Type B economic development corporation, meaning that we're here to build wealth from the inside out in the city of Brownsville. And we actually have a lot of different programs that are available for our entrepreneurs. But today, my colleague Anthony Cantu will be talking about some capital access opportunity that we have through BCIC. So please give him a really, really strong, loud round of applause as he'll talk about our eBridge Fund.
Hello, good morning. I'm Anthony Cantu, and I'm the new small business lending coordinator. Probably for the people that have been coming for a while now, probably wondering who's this new guy that's been coming in every Wednesday or been coming every day. I just started about 2 months ago, and it's something that I'm very passionate about because it's going to help the community of Brownsville to grow and to expand businesses or small businesses. So the eBridge Fund, it's a small loan program in Cameron County. A misconception is that it's only here in Brownsville. It's actually in all Cameron County. So if you know businesses that are interested in Cameron County, we're able to give that assistance. And it's for low interest loans for that most banks might not um, approve. So businesses that are just starting up, like startups and things like that, those are the businesses that usually come to us. Um, Also, we are a revolving loan fund, meaning all the money that you pay for the loan, it usually goes back to the community. So the more we grow, the more businesses we're able to help. So that's something huge. And for startups, it's we could give up to 25,000, and for established businesses, which is more than 3 years, we can give up to 50,000. And our interest rate is usually it's around 5 to 10%, 10 being the limit, but it's usually way less than banks. So how the loan works, like I said, the interest rate's around 5%. And usually the terms that we give, it's between 3 to 7 years, but it depends on the applicant, right? It depends on how much, depending on your needs and all of that. The only thing that we do request, it's a 10% down payment for the loan to be approved. And actually, the $150 application fee, we just made very recently that change. It's actually going to go down to $50. So if anybody's interested, so it's uh, more affordable and more people are inclined to apply. And this would be after you make the pre-application. So first, you would make a pre-application to make sure to give us information to see if this program is for you, and then after that, then you would pay the application fee. So who can qualify? Like I said, it's small businesses here in Cameron County, and well, businesses that, like I said, startups or established businesses. So the whole point of this program is something that describes it in a few words is to create businesses, to upskill your business, and to create new jobs. That's the whole point of our program. Those are few words to explain what the A-Bridge Fund is. And what you can use this money for inventory, for capital, and as well as expand your business to make more people come to your business. So anything that makes your business grow or upscale it, that's what the funds would be used for.
So is this fund, was this program initiated by like a federal grant you guys received? Is this state grant funding that comes to the city or Cameron County, right? This is Cameron County program.
So I believe we got the funding.
I believe it was federalized.
Yes,
And we just defederalized, like,
we're gonna about to be defederalized.
yeah.
Yes, after 7 years. It's I think in 2027, if I'm not mistaken.
And the interest that's collected on these loans, does this go back to a certain fund allocated to the city, county?
Like I said, it's a revolving loan fund. So literally the money that you pay back, it's gonna go back to other businesses. We're gonna use that same fund, that same money to help other businesses. So like I said, the more businesses that uh, pay, or the more businesses we can help. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I was just curious, like, what happens as the interest grows? I'm assuming that the revolving loan would grow with
yeah.
time and then make more capital available to more business.
Yes, exactly. So
Actually grow exponentially from the first grant money that was received 7 years ago, and it's probably tripled from interest that has been collected and people that
yeah.
have been lent.
It's nice to hear, and I'm asking those questions because it's nice to see that money come to a specific area and then expand and grow and then help itself facilitate larger opportunities for
Exactly. And also, like I said, a lot of people thought it was just for Brownsville. It's not. It's for all Cameron County. So if, like I said, if you know someone that is interested, um, they could always get in contact with me. So if you're ready to apply, like I said, you would do a pre-application. After you make the pre-application, we would do the application itself, where we ask for your financials and things like that. And then after we check on that, we will go through the loan funding committee, and then your funds can be approved. It usually takes around 30 to 45 days. That's the turnaround time if everything is completed, the application is completed. Um, but yeah, if you guys are interested, or you know someone that is interested, I know Astrid said she no more QR codes, but just one more QR code. Like I said, my name is Anthony Cantu, and also put the information of the Director of Finance Program, Victoria Padron. Um, and yeah, this is a business for the people here in Cameron County, and we're excited to help and put my name out there for people that are interested. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for Anthony right now? If you think of anything, then of course you're more than welcome to connect.
Yes.
applicants do you receive or can apply for per year?
Do you want to know like how many applications we receive per year, or how many can apply? Well, who can apply? As many people as they want. Like I said, no, there's no cap. Like I said, the more businesses we help, we get more capital to help even more businesses. So the more people we help, the more people we can help. And right now, like I said, it's not a very known program. I Monday morning, I actually did an interview with Telemundo, trying to get the word out there as much as we can. So right now, it's a little slow since I just started this position, because my main focus is going to be the eBridge fund. So you're going to have 100% of my attention towards the whole process, and we're here to help.
And do you do any kind of like satellite appearances on location, or can we find you here at the office?
I'm here at the office, but if sometimes, yes, I can go to other locations to either get more information about the program. I was just last week in Los Fresnos in a panel giving out more information about this program, and I'm looking for more opportunities to spread the word and let other people know. But yes, yeah, well, thank you. And, and thank you. Yeah, and the only thing is that just spread the word. If you know anybody that could be interested, just let them know. We're here to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Round of applause for Anthony again. Thank you so much. And if you all are curious about other opportunities that BCIC offers, then we welcome you. I'm not going to put another QR code, I promise, but we welcome you to visit our website at brownsvillecic.com. That's correct, right, Rudy? Yes, perfect. BrownsvilleCIC.com. We have grant opportunities for facade. You may have seen our big lift application go circulate social media. We have programming that's free for entrepreneurs, advancement funds, loan opportunities. So there's a lot of different resources that we offer as an EDC here at eBridge. So we welcome you to, after today, just reach out to one of us or visit our website, and we're more than happy to help. But that concludes our program today. Y'all have fun, get some space dog. We hope to see you next week as well.